This is a screen recording looking at the ellipse that I've traced from the cross carving on the bluestone carving in St Dogmaels. And I'm just going to kind of look at just the ellipse because I think people keep looking at this as it's a cross. So what I've done is I've removed the cross element, so you've just got the ellipse. And I've also, which does change it a bit, but I've tried to get a kind of standard line. Admittedly, this is from my tracing, so if I could get better imprint, we would be able to work out a better line, but I'm kind of limited as I don't have the kind of technology to get the true line, so I'm working on this so you can see an average. So I've got this pink line, you can see, and then I'm going to change this down to a white line and start overlaying it over different stone sites. So starting with this one, this is wood henge. So again, this can only rotate in one direction. You can see where it fits. It doesn't quite fit down here, but does hit there. Again, if I could get this line a bit better. You can see the white line now, that's this black line that I've now made into negative. So that's gone into the white. So you've got the white, and then you've got this red kind of average line, mean line. So you can see what hits and what misses. So you're looking at these two are basically showing the same thing. So that's wood henge. Next one, Avebury. Avebury is quite interesting because I think if this works out to be true, that Avebury is actually two sites the same as Stonehenge. I think it's a site that had a centre circle at this angle, and then I think there was another movement, and I do think at the moment it's looking more likely that it was Polaris they were trying to line up with, that as Polaris moved they rearranged and rebuilt, which kind of basically means here they're moving the stones round. And again, you'd have two separate circles in the centre for when they did their rearrangement. So that's my idea at the moment. Little sticky one coming there. Right, now this is quite interesting. These are Neolithic monuments. Now, again, not quite meeting, all the way round, but this bit of the arc, which is unusual, does match pretty perfectly here. So this bit here, don't get confused, that's the path, but you're looking at this round here, this section here. The other thing to notice is they have actually overlaid a line there. It matches there, and it also matches there, and this is this shape here. I'm sure that there's so much going on here that you could probably match it in lots of different places, but these are just things, looking at Google Maps that jumped out at me. So I thought I'd have a go. You'll probably find these have been laid in like the 1970s or something like that. But hey, there you go. I'll keep going down. So the next one is Long Meg and her daughters. Right, actually, yeah, New Grange. I haven't actually got one on this, but I've got a main one. So just so you can see how this works, if I move this into position, and then I go transform and rotate, looking round. Now this area here, I think, is where they would have had their avenue, if this does pan out to be what they were doing. So I'm going to keep that proportionally enlarged. I'm not changing the proportions. And then it's just kind of rotating this round. Give you a bit of an idea there, and how it matches up on this one. Okay, so we'll get rid of that one. Okay, to the final few. This is Moilgrove. This is the first one I found, which again I found matched this edge matched perfectly with Stonehenge, and then I was trying to think, well, how did that happen? How were they able to recreate the same site 100 miles away? And that's when this bit is the bit that's really interesting, where it all joins up here. So going through, because I'm on a bit of a deadline. Again, this is Stonehenge. A couple of, I think this is one of your earlier position with, and your avenue would have been off there, and then rotated round up here, and the avenue off there. Okay. Gorsek fits here. Gorsek again is another one that looks like it may well have been there's a couple of different circles and different angles. Looks like a lot of rotations going round. So a site that was actually changing and moving. Again, Avebury. I know there's actually a little kind of corn circle here. I don't think you should get distracted by that, even though it does match with the second movement up there. I think you've got to ignore that unless you can find 1950s photos or something that says that there was something there. I think you have to take that, even though it does match with the avenue up here with that circle, that actually that's just someone recently drawing a crop circle. So ignore that.